George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, it's summer in the Q's, and it wouldn't be complete without the sweet, soulful sounds of jazz echoing across downtown Syracuse. And this year, the Syracuse Jazz Fest is back, bigger than ever, and it's celebrating. Can you believe this? 39 incredible years of world class music, culture, and more importantly, community. So mark your calendar for 5 unforgettable days of live performances, legends, rising stars, and that unmistakable feeling that only jazz can bring. I always said that this is one of the coolest events in the Q's, and joining us now is the man behind it all, Syracuse's own Frank Malfitano, who I call Frankie Baby. He's the founder and executive producer of Syracuse Jazz Fest. Welcome back, Frank. Always good to see you, and congrats on 39 years, almost 40.
George, you're an amazing entertainer. You ever think about going into show business? No, seriously, man. I don't want to talk after that. I can't follow that. I just want to listen to it. It's so entertaining. You're so entertaining. You're so upbeat. You're such an ambassador for the community. And yeah, we've been doing this a very long time, George. Believe me, I know it's 39 years. I have all the scars.
All of them, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and so here we are. So for this year's Jazz Fest, we've got Wednesday, and you got all kinds of things going on. Let's talk about June 25th, opening night, downtown Syracuse. What can people look forward to on this year?
Well, we've got 12 clubs going this year and 12 different bands in 12 different clubs, and they all start at different times between 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock at night. So the sets will run for a couple of hours in each club. So you can go 5 to 7 in one place, or 6 to 8 in another, 7 to 9 another, et cetera, et cetera. And we got some great bands. Melissa Gardner and Daquan Bowens have a new band called the Bougie Brass Band.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited about. They're going to be over at the Song and Dance. Sam Wynn is going to be at Al's Wine and Whiskey Bar. No, they don't call it that anymore. Al's Whiskey and Wine, I think it's called. It used to be Awful Al's.
Yeah, Al's Wine and Whiskey. You got it.
Right. And then the Instigators, a fine young group, they're over at Funk and Waffles. And UAD is going to be over at Salt City Market. So I mean, it's really great. It's like all of the best jazz and R&B players in town. It's a showcase night for all of the local groups that base here in Syracuse.
And
it's a great kickoff for the festival.
And you're right. And what's nice, you said 12 clubs. You can pretty much, as I'm looking at the schedule, you can almost catch every show if you time it right. Right now, I know people don't want you to get up in the middle of their set, but you can almost catch every show if you want to time it right.
No, it's true. You catch like a half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour at one place. Then you go to another club and you do that all night long. And by the time you get done, you've seen some of the best music in Syracuse.
Yeah, and you have 2 late shows, or three or 4 late shows, so you got time, right? For all of the different shows. And so Frank, this is really cool. And then the next night, Thursday night, what do we have on tap?
We got the Spinners, man. I mean, we got a bunch of great bands, but we've got the Spinners. Nottingham High School is going to be there with their jazz band. And, that continues our commitment to scholastic jazz. And so I'm thrilled about that happening this year. And I'm glad we're able to support the work, the fine work that's being done in the Syracuse City School District. A lot of kids came out of high school in the past being unable to read music, but fortunately that's changing, and so we're excited to showcase what they can do. And so we start the evening with them, and then we finish the evening with the Spinners. And of course, the Spinners are in the Vocal Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Rubber Band Man, and Games People Play, and I'll Be Around, and Then Came You with Dionne Warwick. I mean, so many hits. Mostly with Tom Bell out of Philadelphia, but some out of Detroit when they were the Motown Spinners and the Detroit Spinners.
Well, what song that's playing in my head is It Takes a Fool to Learn.
Oh yeah,
Love don't love nobody. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, there's so many great songs, and they
Yeah.
put on a great show, and they're high energy, costumes,
Old
choreography. I
school,
mean,
right?
old
Old
school,
school.
man. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And I love them, and I'm thrilled that they're going to be here.
And again, you said that you have the commitment to celebrating the youth in our community, and so we're off and running, especially with the I call it the club crawl. Is that pub crawl or club crawl? However you want to
Yeah.
do it. That's Wednesday, Thursday night. Now we get down to business. We're down at Clinton Square, where it all goes down, and then on Friday night, this is Friday, June 27th. Come on.
Man, we got trombone shorties coming in from New Orleans. The last time you saw him on television, he was playing at the Super Bowl.
Come on now.
So, I mean, he's a great showman. He's a great entertainer. He's phenomenal. Got a group on just before him that people really need to see, George. 10 pieces, two dynamic women up front. It's a band that performs the music of Frank Zappa called the Furious Bongos, and they're amazing, you know. So that's going to be a great night. And Al Ches and the Brothers of Funk Big Band are going to be there. And Al was on the David Letterman Band show for so many years and played the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame every year with Paul Schaefer. And Ada Ravati, who's one of the best saxophonists in the world, is going to open up. So, I mean, Friday night's going to be a great night. Thursday night's going to be a great night. Wednesday night's going to be a great night. And then there's Saturday.
And then there's Saturday. Come on, what we got on Saturday?
Saturday, man, Todd Rundgren is going to wind things up. And, you know, another Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, a legend. Incredible, man. I can't wait to see Todd again. First time playing outdoors in downtown Syracuse.
Really? Yeah.
We're bringing back a lady from Sweden, the Queen of Swing, man. Sweden's Queen of Swing, Gunhild Carling, by popular demand. She floored everybody last year. She opened up for Kenny G and, man, stole the show, stole the festival. So we're bringing her back. And then Donald Harrison, who's an NEA jazz master and created Nouveau Swing. And he's actually the big chief of Congo Square Afro-realism down in New Orleans, and his father was a big chief of Congo Square. So he's one of the black masked Mardi Gras Indians that you see that have all the colorful costumes, man. I mean, he'll bring a melding and a gumbo of New Orleans culture, and I can't wait to see him again. I mean, he's a dear friend and hasn't been to the festival in a long time, and we're excited about him coming in from New Orleans.
And you got this kind of affinity for New Orleans, I see.
Well, he taught John Batiste and Christian Scott,
Okay.
Olatunde. That's his nephew, Nicholas Payton. I mean, all these guys were mentored by Donald Harrison, and Donald is. You know, Donald played with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. He played with Terrence Blanchard for many years. Okay, they were a duo that came out of the Messengers, and just one of the best musicians on the planet, one of the best people I know.
And then so this is the end of the Clinton Square. Well, by the way, all of this is in Clinton Square. The club crawl, I call it club crawl. The club crawl or the
It's hard to
crawl.
say. It is a club crawl, a pub crawl. It is, you know, we're trying to recapture what happened on 52nd Street in the old days when Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie
New York,
were playing at the Three Deuces and the Half Note and, you know, Birdland. I mean, you could go from club to club on 52nd Street and see the greatest jazz artists in the world. So this is kind of the same thing, except we do it all around downtown. We're at Postabilities and Kitty Hoynes and the hotel, and you know it's going to be a great hang, man.
And one thing that we should tell people is that there's no cover, right?
It's free.
All of this is free, and this is one of the commitments over the 39 years that you have made, that this is the largest free jazz festival anywhere in the country. Okay, I'm saying that. You might have some facts to back it up, but I'm saying it. And then, so that concludes our downtown segment. But then this is the third year of a partnership with Syracuse University. What's happening Sunday?
Well, first of all, we're so honored to be connected. I'm a graduate of Syracuse University.
So am I.
Yeah, I know, man. It's what makes us Syracuse. I mean, we love Syracuse University, and they've been really supportive, and they're great, and we're so honored that they're connected to the festival. We've been doing a gospel to jazz return to community thing for the last 3 years, and I think each year it gets better. I thought the first year with the New Orleans group that was there, each year we bring in they bring in an HBCU gospel ensemble. And this year it's the Spelman College Glee Club. So I'm really excited about that. Last year it was a group from Maryland. The year before it was a group from New Orleans, from Tulane, I believe. And am I right about that, George?
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that.
I think I'm right about that. And it's a wonderful,
Well, if it was an
wonderful.
HBC, it might have been Xavier, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but beautiful.
Yeah.
A great, down in New Orleans at Jazz and Heritage Fest, they have 12 stages and 3 or 4 tents, and they have a huge gospel tent. And you can go in there and see these 60-piece gospel choirs, and they're amazing. It's uplifting. It's a great way to say thanks to the Lord for blessing us on Jazz Fest weekend, keeping
Amen.
us safe, bringing us together. Yes, praise God. And I love it. I mean, it's very emotional.
Yeah,
Uh, I cried the first year I was
it was
there.
amazing. And I can understand because that was an amazing performance.
Oh, yeah, it really, really was. And it will be. And
Yeah.
this year with Spellman coming in, I'm really excited and I'm thrilled that we're doing it again. One of these years, I've been saying this for a while now. One of these years, I want to get Take Six there. I
Oh,
really do.
you have to,
I
right?
want to get a
Because,
jazzy gospel group
yeah,
that can come in and bring the whole Jazz Fest crowd. But listen, I hope that the Jazz Fest doesn't end in people's minds on Saturday night
right,
because
right. It continue.
Sunday afternoon is
Yeah,
sensational.
right. That's the downtown piece. And then we finish it up at Syracuse University. You'll have the Spelman College Glee Club, the Black Celestial Choral
Yes.
Ensemble, and their alumni group will perform. And then Cora Thomas is going to have a community choir as well. So we're really bringing the festival, the town and gown connection. And Frank, I know that this has been something that you're about the community, right? I look at Jazz Fest as one of the events that brings everybody from all walks of life together, chilling, right?
You've said that many times.
I
You
keep
said that
telling you that.
you feel safe and happy and
Yes,
comfortable and
yes,
loved and welcomed. And
yes,
and and that's really what Jazz Fest is all about. And this is no knock on some of the other festivals, George, but some of the food festivals or ethnic festivals appeal to a segment of the community.
right.
We really kind of open the doors to everyone in the community, and everyone turns out and shows out, and I love that. I
Well,
love that, man. That's what it's really all about because we're a great city.
and I just want to give you your props for elevating the roots of jazz, which is the African American contribution to this genre. You have
To the world,
single-handedly in this
to the
community.
world.
Come on, you've done it.
You
you.
know, we have so many incredible, there's a group coming out of Flint, Michigan called
Mhm.
the Steelheads. They're a calypso band and they all play steel drums.
Mm.
And these are all African American kids out of Flint who play jazz and calypso. I mean, it's really, really incredibly special. And again, with Donald Harrison bringing the roots music of New Orleans here, we've really tried to exploit that. We've really tried to educate people about the richness of African American culture and the role that the African American community has played in jazz and blues and American music. American music is African American music.
Yeah.
It's our gift to the world. And to be a showcase for that and to connect people from the community, what a gift, what a blessing, man. I'm so, so lucky.
And people, you mentioned the Steelheads. They're performing Thursday night, June 26th, 5 p.m. down in Clinton Square.
Yeah,
Just for
don't
people.
miss them because they're
Yeah.
ridiculous,
All right.
right?
So every year I ask you, you've had some of the legendary performers over the years. We know Aretha's number one. I say Aretha was number one, but you could tell me something else for all of the people that you've had.
Can you see that stack of CDs back there?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, that's Aretha Live at Jazz Fest, and I'm giving you a copy as soon as I see you.
I appreciate that, brother. Okay, so
Okay.
you carry those with you because I'm expecting you to hand one over. What a moment. I gotta say, I was one of the 40,000 people on the hill at Onondaga Community College, and that took my breath away. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we've had the legendary performers at Jazz Fest, but Aretha,
There's only one
Aretha,
Aretha.
okay.
She's the queen of soul, man. She's the greatest singer in the history of the world, and Rolling Stone still rated her number one singer of all time. I mean, first woman to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and a dear friend. I got to work with Miss Franklin 17 times, as you know, and but only Frank Fowler, Chief Fowler, got to take her to McDonald's after the gig, man.
Well, and frankly, who else would get that opportunity? So when you think about, again, just talking to Frank Malfitano, executive producer, founder of Syracuse Jazz Fest, 5 days of jazz downtown and at Syracuse University. And when you think about how you balance selecting, like you have some new talent, but also the legends, how do you decide what mix are you going to have on any given year?
Well, if I told you that, it would be like the Wizard of Oz letting you behind the
I'm
curtain.
trying to go behind the curtain. I want
No,
to
all
see.
right, we'll go behind the curtain a little bit. It's very difficult to get all of these great artists on the same weekend to come to Syracuse.
Right.
Fortunately, it's worked out for us. I really know how to beg, George. I
I hear
really
that.
beg well. I get the knee pads out. I ask my friends, I said, listen, can you play a Thursday, or when are you available? Can you come? And everybody's been great to us, from Ray Charles to Dizzy Gillespie to Sonny Rollins to Dave Brubeck. I mean, Al Jarreau. I mean, Roberta Flack, who we lost this year. Um, we've been very, very blessed. The people love this festival. They love our audiences because people sit and listen
In the rain.
and sing, and
In
there's
the
an
rain.
interaction between the artist and the audience, and it's fabulous, man.
Rain or shine, right? Rain or shine.
Oh, well, no, we never canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play,
Listen,
man.
listen. We live in the Q's. We know it's going to rain sometime. All
People
right.
sit in the rain, man. They don't leave. When Tower of Power was there, it was pouring. When Herbie Hancock started, it was pouring.
Yeah.
Nobody left.
And
Nobody leaves.
they really appreciate that. When you think about the impact, though, how being from Syracuse, how do you think the community has what Jazz Fest is over the years?
I think the community's been great to us. I think, if we've fallen short anywhere, it's not with the community, it's not with the artists, it's not with programming, it's not with the quality of the event or the safety of the event. I mean, I think all that's built in.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to get a larger embrace from some of the other powers that be, George. And I know that I'm uh, beating the same horse to death with this, but look, it's important. We want this to continue on, and the only way that happens, we've got the county solidly on board. We've got New York State solidly on board. Syracuse University. We've got JMA Wireless, National Grid. We need to get other players in town on board to understand the value and the importance of this and why it's important to continue it.
Well,
I can't do that alone.
okay.
I mean, I've done what I can, but now we need other people to come to the table who feel like you do, that this is something you look forward to every year.
You got 40
important tradition.
You got the 40th anniversary on the horizon. Do you already have ideas in motion on how to celebrate that milestone?
Yeah, no, we obviously everybody expects us to top this year, next year, but I'm really thrilled that we're talking, because this is not an off year just because it's year 39. It's a great year. It's every bit as good as last year with the OJs and Kenny G.
Right.
So I'm really excited about this year, and I hope everybody else is. And I hope the conversation continues, man. I know we're going to do something amazing next year, but this year is really pretty amazing too, George.
As a matter of fact, mark your calendars, get downtown Syracuse, the Syracuse Jazz Fest 39th edition, taking place Wednesday through Sunday. Club Crawl happening on Wednesday. And you wanted to say, Frank?
It's June 25th through the 29th this year. It's a little different than last year. So it's Wednesday is the 25th and Sunday is the 29th.
All right, 25th through the 29th, 5 days downtown.
You
We'll
are
make it.
correct, sir.
All right, let's make it work. Let's make it beautiful. And you can get more information at syracusejazzfest.com. And let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Again, it's the 39th edition of the Syracuse Jazz Fest, June 25th through the 29th. It's absolutely free and open to the public. 5 days, many stages, and an unforgettable celebration of America's greatest art form. Again, syracusejazzfest.com for the full lineup, opportunities and ways to support the festival, and all of the folks that make it happen. Big thanks to our good buddy, Frank Malfitano, for sharing the vision.
You know what I'm looking forward to
What
the
you looking
most,
forward
George?
to? Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, man.
I appreciate that. I'll be there.
Because the vibe is everything, and you personify the vibe, man.
I
You are
appreciate
Mr.
that.
Happiness. You radiate that. You know, you're all about the community. People love you. And there's so much love going on at the festival. I think festival conjures up images in people's heads, but it's really one big long concert where everybody kind of sits and then they visit in between changeovers, you know, in between the bands. And
Right.
it's a great hang. It's a great time. It really is.
It's so cool. June 25th through the 29th. Frank Malfitano, thank you so much. Stay inspired, stay soulful, and we'll see you at the Jazz Fest. What's the theme this year? Is there a particular theme, by the way?
Is there a scene?
A theme.
A theme. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think, man.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah.
Let's do it, baby. Frank Malfitano, Syracuse Jazz Fest. Mark your calendars. Get downtown June 25th through the 29th. It concludes with a great jazz return to community at Syracuse University out there.
With 3 gospel groups. Count them, 3.
3. June 29th at the Hendricks Chapel at Syracuse University. By the way, we should tell folks, we forgot to say that there will be a pre-event luncheon from 12:30 to 2:30 on the quad, and then the program begins at 3. So
there's a picnic under the big tent.
Under the big tent. Free.
Come and get some food and hang out and break bread with us.
Free. All right, Frankie, baby. June 25th through the 29th, Syracuse Jazz Fest downtown. Inspiration for the nation.
Love you, George. Thank you, man.
Love you back.